Fun fact number, 115? Let me check. Yeah, it's fun fact number 115. Might have to look at my notes. And yes, it's nighttime and the lights in my room are not brilliant. The light that's overhead gives off less light than my two lamps. But that is not fun fact 116. 116 is a little more information about online dating. Yay! Yay. I kind of mentioned it in my Here and Now, the last Here and Now, that online dating. Yay. How many times am I going to talk about this, right? And my plants, my flute, my singing, and Trump, and whatever. Okay. Online dating. Um, so I got on two platforms. Um, and two new platforms, and I didn't pay for them. I just did the freebie part of them. And it really wasn't going well. I mean, I was getting some action, but it's the same old thing. I mean, I don't know about you if you've done online dating, but it's kind of been the same old stuff. Um, there's the scammers and the catfishers and the cryptocurrency guys and the way too young that just want to be like rabbits. I don't even think I know how to do that with my hands. I don't know. And then um there's the people who are my age that look 20 years older than my age and would not be able to keep up with me. And I think some of the young people can't even keep up with me. But I had one guy say, "You're how old?" And you were not that old. I get that all the time. So anyway, yeah. So I decided to delete my profiles on the two of the apps, the online dating apps. I just said, this is going nowhere. I'm just not going to stay on this. And then the other online dating app that I've been on most of the time since I did the first dating app, and then ow, kitty cooter, grabbing my leg with his claws. This one I've been on for the most part, most of the time. This is where I got my biggest scammers, my biggest liars, my biggest entitled kind of guys. And yeah, I decided to pause it because I was getting connections, but it was just going nowhere. Some people got my phone number and I blocked them. Some of them still have my phone number and I haven't blocked them. But it's not like they're calling or doing anything. Most of the guys on these online dating apps just, like, I told one guy, I said, hey, I like how we're talking. You have beautiful eyes and a smile. Let's meet up, or let's start talking on the phone at least so I can hear your voice and you can hear mine, and we can go to like the next step to see if we even like each other's voices and laughs and whatever and intonations. And he was like, and I said, but I really like to talk to you on the phone because seems to be going pretty well. And there's other people talking to me, but I'm really interested in talking to you more. And he said, I'd just like to keep it here. What's up with that? What are you, a scammer? Um, and then another person seemed to like be speaking my language completely. I haven't even had anybody in the time that I've been on the online dating apps like totally speak my language. Like I started out generic, and this is on a new app. I got on a new app and I actually was stupid. And I paid for a month for $25 because it seemed like there were some interesting people and there was a lot of people liking me, and there's always a lot of people liking me. But I was just kind of like, okay, I'm really interested in figuring out um if this is going to be a better place because I've tried so many places. So I got kind of got on it and I started, I paid the $25 and I started figuring out kind of how it works, but I still don't know how it works. And there's about 50 guys. I'm not kidding, about 50 guys on the list. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Let me check them all out. And at first, they were chatting with me, and at first, I was trying to answer every single one. And I was like, okay. And some of them were like getting nasty if I didn't. They're like, I'm waiting. Are you ignoring me? And I'm like, no, I've got 50 guys that are trying to talk to me. So you're going to have to kind of wait a little bit if you want an answer all the time. But some of them were a little rude and snarky and like, "Oh, I'll have to bring my A game and I'm gonna have to charm the pants off of you." And some of them were like, "Do you dig vibrations?" And I'm like, "Yeah, vibrations between people, sexually." And I'm like, "Yes, again." So I was like, okay, so I don't think my hair looks right. So I'm just gonna kind of play with it while I talk to you. But I was like, okay. And then even with this app, I'm like 3 days into it, and I'm like, and I paid $25, and I'm like, these people don't want to meet in person. These people don't want to have phone conversations or video chats. Phone conversations, at least. And it's just a lot easier for me because I can type and talk and do my work and talk to you, and instead of like trying to type that and then type this. And if I go on the app, as soon as I go on the app, another 50 guys like me and want to talk to me. And if I'm going on the app to say hi to you, and then I've been talking to you for a few days, and then I go on to talk to you, and you get lost in the shuffle because there's 50 guys. I mean, talk to me on the phone. What's the problem? It's not like we're going to get married. You know I don't want to get married. So what's the problem of just talking on the phone? And this guy that I was really he's way younger than me, and it may just be a friendship, but you know how there's some people you can't how you have to filter yourself or you have to translate or explain who you are all of the time. And with this guy, I didn't have to do that. I start out generic and he goes, "Well, I'm more into this." And I'm like, "Actually, so am I. Like this and like this." And we kept like bouncing off of each other about how we saw the world and how we felt about relationships. And it was really, really good. And I thought, oh, this is really good. You don't meet a lot of people that speak your language that way. And at least I do. And so I was like, I really want to start talking to him on the phone. And I said it once, but he didn't respond. So when I said it the other day, I said, hey, we don't have to meet in person, but it'd be great if we could just go grab a cup of coffee or something and say hi. I mean, we could start at least talking on the phone because I think you're really cool and I really like talking to you, and it's really hard to keep typing all the time and see everything else about the 50 guys every time I go on, but I really wanted to talk with him. And he responded, well, I just want to keep it here. And I responded, well, I've had so many digital relationships that went absolutely nowhere and I never met the person, or digital and long distance and or long distance, and it just doesn't work for me. I need to be able to talk to you on the phone. And I said, I've had enough of those relationships, or if you can even call them relationships. And I really want somebody who's present in my life that I can talk to on the phone and that I get to see every once in a while. Now, I know we're just starting out. I don't expect to see you right away. But what's the harm in talking on the phone? If I give you my phone number and I get your phone number and you decide I'm not you think I'm crazy or whatever, you can always block me. It's not a big deal. And it's not like I'm going to keep banging my head against the same wall and the same door. If you don't want me, I'm going to eventually I'm going to go, why the hell don't you want me? I thought we were having a good time, but I'm going to walk away because I got 50 guys that are talking to me. And I'll find somebody who I want and who wants me. Hopefully, someday. I've got a cat. Yes, I do. So, and he just wants some loving so bad. And so do I. But I want a human being. I want a human being. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, baby boy. But I want a human being to be a part of my life. And I want it to be a guy, which would be really, really nice. Um, and I want to have fun with that. So these guys that I'm talking to online that are so slow, like after a day or two of really deep conversations, and I say, hey, let me give you my phone number. Let's call, let's chat, you know? I'll text you first and say, hey, you're available. Can I call? I wouldn't just call like in the middle of something, you know? But wow. Yeah. He didn't want to call. And so now I'm second guessing, even though we spoke the same language and we seem to have really good conversations and feel the same way about a lot of stuff. Um, he can't talk, he just wants to keep it chatting on the app. And that's a red flag to me. That means that they're going to be, I have the guy that's the one guy that's trying to plan the next 5 years of my life, which is after we talked twice and talked on the phone twice, you know? And then I have the guys that won't even talk on the phone. So I have the guys that are like, let me control your life. And then I have the guys that are like, well, I don't know if I really want to talk on the phone. It's like, do you not know how to talk? Well, and it's like I did have that one guy that his English wasn't his first language, and he spoke another language, and we texted because it was easier to translate. But there was a few times he called on the phone and tried to speak English, and I tried a little Chinese, but wow, at least he tried. And then he would come. He was way far away, and he would come visit me on the weekends. There's the guy that from over a year ago. We chatted online and he said he didn't have a car and he lives like 6 hours away. And I was like, I can't even go see my mom who's 3 hours away. Where do you think I'm going to find the time to drive 6 hours to come see you? I think we need to cut it. But he remained like a Facebook friend. And now, like after a year or so, he's like, I'm still thinking about you. I really want to see you. And I'm like, I can't come 6 hours to see you. I can barely get my fun facts done. I can barely find time to schedule work. I can barely, on my writing projects, I can barely get those done. So, and speaking of time, I better go. But basically, online dating. I'm on a new app, and I think after this month is up, I'm done. I'm way done. And it's not like I don't go out and meet people and that people don't want to date me. I just don't want to date them. And usually they just want sex, and you know me. I want something more. And this guy seemed like he wanted something more. A more deep and meaningful relationship with somebody before just being a rabbit. But he won't talk on the phone. That's a little too slow for me. Anyway, I wish you luck in your love life, and Uh, hopefully the next time I talk about online dating, I'm like, I'm done. My books are published. People are buying them. I don't have to work anymore. I don't have to worry about my finances. And I'm not worrying about dating. I'm swimming in the ocean or whatever. But anyway, Hope your love life, your financial life, and your life in general isn't under Trump's thumb and isn't in online dating because I just don't think there's real people out there except for me half the time. But good luck. Good luck with all of everything. And I hope your dreams come true. Ciao, Bellas.